Hello, everyone. Good evening and welcome to a new session. I hope all of you are doing great. It's a new week, so we are back with more new sessions. So, good evening, good evening. Hi, and welcome to a new session. Hi, good evening. Okay, so are you all ready for this session? Are you all ready? Okay, hi. So, if you're new to our channel, then please do subscribe. And if you're watching this video right now, then please do like it. Okay, since RPSC exam is around the corner, we thought that till the exam, let's do sessions for RPSC. All right, so we are here today with the first session of RPSC. Okay, are you all ready? That's great. Good evening. So, till the exam, we will be doing RPSC sessions. Okay, right. So let's move on to the first question for tonight. And please do like the session. Okay, yes. The Chimney Sweeper is a poem by Dash, published in two parts in Songs of Innocence in 1789 and Songs of Experience in 1794. This poem, The Chimney Sweeper, is set against the backdrop of child labor that was prominent in England in the late 18th and 19th centuries. You all know by now who wrote this poem. It's a very important poem, and this poetry collections, Innocence and Experience. So it's very self-explanatory, right? Yes. The Chimney Sweeper. It's a poem by William Blake. It was published in two parts in Songs of Innocence in 1789 and Songs of Experience in 1794. And this poem, The Chimney Sweeper, is set against the dark background of child labor that was prominent in England in the late 18th and 19th centuries. William Blake was a major pre-romantic poet. William Blake was a major pre-romantic poet who wrote poems like The Tiger, The Lamb, the sick rose, the poisoned tree. Okay, Blake is a very important pre-romantic poet. Okay, right. Next. Shirley is a/an dash novel by Charlotte Bronte. So here the question is, what type of novel is Shirley? We know that Charlotte Bronte wrote the novel Shirley, but what type of novel is it? What type of novel is Shirley by Charlotte Bronte? Charlotte Bronte was a major Victorian novelist. She is mostly famous for her novel Jane Eyre. Jane Eyre. It's a Bildungsroman with elements of Gothic romances. So Charlotte Bronte is mostly famous for her novel Jane Eyre. Charlotte Bronte is mostly famous for her novel Jane Eyre. It was published in 1847 under the pseudonym Karar Bell. Karar Bell. It's a Bildungsroman with elements of Gothic romances in it. She also wrote novels like The Professor, Villette. Shirley is also a very important novel by Charlotte Bronte. The question is, what type of novel is it? It is an industrial novel. This subgenre of industrial novel was very crucial during the Victorian period. As we know, during the Victorian period, the novel was the predominant genre. The novel was the predominant genre. And we got to see various types of novels flourishing during this time. Gothic novels, Gothic romances, social novels, or condition of England novel, industrial novels, then Newgate fiction, Bildungsroman, picaresque novels. So many types of novels were there during the Victorian period. So please remember, Shirley is an industrial novel by Charlotte Bronte. Please look up the backdrop of these novels. Please look up the backdrop of these novels. Okay, so Shirley is an industrial novel by Charlotte Bronte. They can ask you about other industrial novels, other novels which belong to the subgenre of Newgate fiction, or crime thrillers, or detective fiction. During this time, Wilkie Collins was there. During this Victorian period, Wilkie Collins was there, who was a very popular name in sensational fiction. Sensational fiction, like crime thrillers, murder thrillers, or detective thrillers. We call that sensational fiction. And Wilkie Collins was a major name in that. We also had fiction of various adventures, or novels of fantasy, like the novels of Lewis Carroll. So they can ask you about all these types of fiction which were very popular during the Victorian period. All right? Yes. The Vivisector is the 8th published novel by Dash. First published in 1970, it details the lifelong creative journey of fictional artist and painter Hartle Duffield. Who wrote this work, The Vivisector, which details the lifelong creative journey of artist or painter Hartle Duffield? The Vivisector. The Vivisector. Tell me, who wrote The Vivisector? The Vivisector. It's the 8th published novel of which author? It is by Patrick White. Patrick White, the first Australian writer to get the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1973. 1973. Patrick White is a major Australian novelist who wrote works like Happy Valley, The Tree of Man, The Vivisector. Yes, Patrick White, David Malouf, all of them are very important Australian novelists. Australian novelists. So, The Vivisector by Patrick White. Got it? Yes. Sriram is a high school graduate who lives with his grandmother in Malgudi, the fictional southern Indian town in which much of R.K. Narayan's fiction takes place. Sriram is attracted to Bharati, a girl of his age who is active in Mahatma Gandhi's Quit India movement, and he becomes an activist himself. So which work is this? Here we have given you the plot of a work by R.K. Narayan. Now you have to tell me which work is this? Which work is this? We all know that Mulk Raj Anand, R.K. Narayan, and Raja Rao, Bhabani Bhattacharya, Chaman Nahal, all of them are very major writers. Then Kamala Markhandaya, Nayantara Sehgal, Khushwant Singh, Amitav Ghosh, all are very important writers. Now tell me, this is which work of Narayan? It is Waiting for the Mahatma. Waiting for the Mahatma by R.K. Narayan. Waiting for the Mahatma by R.K. Narayan. In this work, Sri Ram is a high school graduate who lives with his grandmother in Malgudi, and he's attracted to this girl called Bharati, who is active in Mahatma Gandhi's Quit India movement. And Sri Ram becomes an activist himself. Okay, Waiting for the Mahatma by R.K. Narayan. It's the only political novel by Narayan. It's the only political novel of R.K. Narayan. Okay, do memorize the chronology of the works of R.K. Narayan. They can ask you the chronology of his works. And before we proceed to the other questions, we are here with our new IELTS batch. Our admissions are open for our new IELTS batch, and this new batch will start from 8th of December. 8th of December. Okay? This IELTS test can help you to get your admission in various universities abroad. So if you are planning to apply abroad, this thing will really help you. And the new IELTS batch will start from 8th of December. Okay? Right. Here are numbers on the screen where you guys can contact us if you need any further information about this course. Okay? Right. Unfortunately, she chooses to disregard the rules of her training in her pursuit of romance and her decision to seek out customers outside her shop, which results in the spices inflicting punishment on her and those she cares about. What is the consequence of her disregarding the rules? First of all, tell me, which work is this that we are talking about here? We are talking about a woman who disregards certain rules and spices inflict punishment on her. This is the work, The Mistress of Spices by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. And now tell me, what is the consequence of her disregarding these rules of her training? What's the consequence? The consequence is that her shop, her spice shop, gets ruined in an earthquake. Her whole shop gets destroyed in an earthquake. The Mistress of Spices by Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni is a very important post-colonial author, right? She has written many important works like The Palace of Illusions, The Forest of Enchantments, The Mistress of Spices, Sister of My Heart, Sister of My Heart. Often we see her writing works which take a feminist take on various popular mythological tales. Like The Palace of Illusions is Mahabharata from Draupadi's perspective. The Forest of Enchantments is actually the tale of Ramayana from Sita's perspective. Right? So Chitra Banerjee Divakaruni. She is also very popular for employing magic realism as a tool of her narration in her books. Magic realism as a tool of narration. And as we have already discussed this before, magic realism and post-colonialism, how these two things go together, hand in hand. Why this tool of magic realism is so important to post-colonial literatures overall. Okay, think about these things. They will open further avenues for you to critically read questions and approach various passages which you are given in your exams to critically appreciate, right? Yes. This work concerns the structure of society and legitimate government and is regarded as one of the earliest and most influential examples of social contract theory. Which work is this? Tell me. And I can tell you one thing, all of you know this work really well. In our sessions, we have talked about this work many times, just in a different way. So tell me, which work is this? It is one of the earliest and most influential examples of social contract theory. It is Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes, published in 1651. Leviathan by Thomas Hobbes, published in 1651. Okay, right. Nissim Ezekiel provides an autobiographical background through his poem Dash. He introduces himself as a poet and poet uh, uh, a rascal born in Bombay to a Jewish family. He describes his childhood experiences going to a Roman Catholic school where he was often made fun of for his religion. So, which poem of Nissim Ezekiel is highly autobiographical in nature, where he introduces himself as a poet and poet a rascal born in Bombay to a Jewish family. And he describes his childhood experiences of going to a Roman Catholic school where he was mocked because of his religion. So, which poem is there of Nissim Ezekiel which is highly autobiographical in its tone and nature and talks about these real life experiences of the poet? It is Background Casually. Background Casually. So Nissim Ezekiel provides an autobiographical background through his poem Background Casually. In this poem, he introduces himself as a poet and poet a rascal, born in Bombay to a Jewish family. And he talks about his childhood experiences of going to a Roman Catholic school where he was made fun of for his religion. Nissim Ezekiel, Jayanta Mahapatra, Shiv K. Kumar, A. K. Ramanujan, R. Parthasarathi, Kamla Das, all of them are very, very important poets. Please keep revising about all of these poets one by one because questions can come from any of them. Nissim Ezekiel, Jayanta Mahapatra, Shiv K. Kumar, A. K. Ramanujan, Kamla Das, R. Parthasarathi, even Giv Patel, Agha Shahid Ali, Dom Moraes. Okay? All of them are very, very important. R. Parthasarathi, as I told you. Okay? Right. Next. Anita Desai received the Sahitya Academy Award in 1978 for her novel Dash from the Sahitya Academy, India's National Academy of Literature. So Anita Desai got the Sahitya Academy Award for which work? Say. Anita Desai got the Sahitya Academy Award in 1978 for which work? Anita Desai got the Sahitya Academy Award in 1978 for which work? For her novel Fire on the Mountain. Fire on the Mountain. Okay. Anita Desai got the Sahitya Academy Award in 1978 for her novel Fire on the Mountain. Fire on the Mountain. Right? Yes. Great. American Pastoral is a novel by Dash, published in 1997 concerning Seymour Swede Levov, a successful Jewish American businessman and a former high school star athlete from New York, New Jersey. Who wrote the novel American Pastoral? It was published in 1997, and it's about a successful Jewish American businessman called Seymour Swaidlevov. Who wrote this novel American Pastoral? It is by the writer Philip Roth. Philip Roth. Questions keep coming from these authors like Philip Roth, Saul Bellow. So please make sure that you know about their works really well. Okay, American Pastoral. It's a work by Philip Roth. Philip Roth. Next, which work by Virginia Woolf traces the history of the Purgator family from the 1880s to the present day of the mid-1930s? Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, D.H. Lawrence, Aldous Huxley, T.S. Eliot, Ezra Pound, all of them are authors and poets you should know by heart. Very important. Which work by Virginia Woolf traces the history of the Purgator family from the 1880s to the present day of the mid-1930s? It is the novel The Years. It is the novel The Years by Virginia Woolf. The novel The Years by Virginia Woolf. Okay, great. Next, Light in August is a 1932 novel by Dash. It's a Southern Gothic novel. Very easy question. Tell me. In RPSC, they often asked questions about these authors. So I have kept these questions because questions keep coming from these authors. So yeah. Light in August. It's a Southern Gothic novel by William Faulkner. William Faulkner. Okay. William Faulkner, F. Scott Fitzgerald, Arthur Miller, Eugene O'Neill. All these writers will be very important. Tennessee Williams. Okay. So Light in August. It's a Southern Gothic novel by William Faulkner. William Faulkner. Okay. Right. So that's all from our side for tonight. I hope this session today has helped you to revise with us a bit more. And tomorrow also, I will be back at 9 p.m. with one more session of RPSC. Until the exam, we will keep doing sessions for the RPSC exam. Today was just the first session of this RPSC series. Tomorrow also we will be having a session for RPSC exam. So keep revising and come back prepared, even stronger tomorrow. Yes. And our new IELTS batch will be starting from 8th of December. If you want, you can join us now. Right. So see you all again tomorrow then at exactly 9 p.m. at our Vallath YouTube channel. And do like the session. Okay. Do like this session. Keep studying. Bye. Good night. Okay.